for not doing as well as he'd expected in terms of getting a forcible entry into a fire scene. And somebody spoke about that meeting and said, Chief, what the tools you give us to work with, we could do better with screwdrivers. So he said, you know, I got mad. He said, I thought about it. I said, nobody would talk like that to me unless they really did it. So he inquired. He found out, yes, they were right. People were disappointed in that. So we went downtown to a place where we used to call it, he used to call the 11th floor. Does anybody remember what that meant? You know, we hear these terminologies at home, but I don't know what they meant. And he told them of their complaint. He said, well, if you think you can invent one, go ahead and invent it. You go design it and bring it to us, okay? So he went and designed it, and he took three things. He took a Kelly tool, a Claude tool, and a bunch of Hail Marys. He put it all together, and after a period of time, he brought it back down to 11th floor. And he says, this is what the guys want. And I might add that Rescue 2 was the lab for this. He kept on using Rescue 2 to see how they could tweak it, how they could open up the hook a little bit, whatever. So he brought that back down to 11th floor, and he said, this is what the guys want. Okay, so he left, and it sat there. It sat there, and about a year later, he goes back and he says, what about the tool? I said, what tool are you talking about? So he said, let's look around. They found it in the closet. So he said, okay, you had your chance. Picked it up, back and says, I'm going to make it. So that's how he started. He started making the tool. And because he really wanted the city of New York to have it, and the irony of it all was, when he finally got the tool made, and it came time for the city of New York to buy the tool, they couldn't. He was a city employee, and they couldn't buy anything from a city employee. So he sent to Boston and Philadelphia, and it was getting widespread use every place but where he wanted it. And the firemen, God bless you guys, would chip it in, and I just heard a story. It was like $36 for a tool back in those days. One went off eBay was $1,100 the other day, something like that. But one of the firemen was telling me that he went and he got it, and he said, "You're a fireman?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "33 for you." So that's how it started, and we thank the city of New York for not taking it. Well, my father went to business because my brother-in-law went to college. My three sisters have wonderful weddings, you know, so we appreciate all of that, okay? Just one last thing before I leave, and this tells more about my father than anything else. If you look at the Halligan tool over there on the end of the claw, there's two things stamped out there. One on the left is his signature, and he used that as a trademark. And on the other side, there's a thing that says AM plus DG. AM plus DG. This is what my father really stood for. The plus is not a plus, it's really slotted across. And it's Latin, if I don't know my Latin too well, it's something like Anima Gloria Dei Gratia, something like that. And it really means for the greater honor and glory of God. And so that's where it came from, and we're so proud of him. And we thank you so much for having us here today.